What if I told you that the government forces big contractors to work with small businesses? That's right, prime contractors are legally required to subcontract, and this could be your golden ticket to get an entry in the government contracting space. So in this video, we will dive deeper into subcontracting, and most importantly, I will show you tips on how to find subcontracting opportunities. So let's kick this video off by talking about subcontracting and what it is. So it is a partnership model where you work under a prime contractor who holds the direct government contract relationship, and you provide your expertise, products, or services without direct federal contracting responsibilities, as it is the responsibility of the prime contractor. This is very important if you are new to government contracting, because staying compliant and fulfilling all of the requirements of the government can be a bit hard at the beginning. So this is a key pathway for small businesses to enter the federal procurement marketplace as you gradually build experience. This creates a win-win partnership where you as a subcontractor get federal market experience and prime contractors access your specialized capabilities. Well, the first, it gives you market access so you can enter the government, so you can have a taste of how it is to work with the government without actually being responsible. Second, you build credibility. Having your past performances ready is very important when you work with the government. The government want to know that you are actually capable of doing what you're promising. And then, this is a very important point, large contracts require prime contractors to meet small business subcontracting goals, creating dedicated opportunities. So if the prime is not a small business and the amount is over $750,000, then the prime must subcontract part of the opportunity. Of course, the $750,000 threshold does not apply to all industries. As an example, for construction, it is $1.5 million. This is an excellent way for you to grow your business as you diversify your revenue stream, reduce market risk, and establish foundation for future prime contracting success. So essentially, get your foot in the door. So to put everything into perspective, we have the government agency that awards the primary contract, and then we have a prime contractor that holds the main contract with the government, and below that we have a subcontractor to the prime contractor that provides specialized services to the prime contractor. And finally, in some complex projects, we may have subcontractors that may work under subcontractors for highly complex projects. And now we come to the most interesting part, which is how do we actually find those lucrative subcontracting opportunities? Well, here I have some suggestions on how to find them. There are a lot of federal websites where you can find these opportunities. As an example, we have GSA directory. I have the link here. The page looks like this. The title is Subcontracting and Other Partnerships. And here we can read what I've told you guys about GSA's subcontracting rule. So federal contract to OTSB, which means other than small businesses, where over a certain dollar threshold, which is $750,000, as said, must contain a small business subcontracting plan. And we have the remaining details in the FAR regulation. If we continue reading, the prime contractors sets goals for what it plans to subcontract to small businesses, small disadvantaged businesses, women-owned small businesses, etc. So the government wants you as a small business to be a subcontractor and to be a part of the ecosystem. So here we have some tips. This is how the government thinks you should find those opportunities. You can narrow the list by typing the filtered results box. So search by NAICS code, sort by clicking the arrows, and after that you can get the unique entity identification number, and after that you can head to fpds.gov, usaspending.gov to find those opportunities. This sounds like a lot of work, and I will show you an easier solution. So technically we have the whole list here. We can filter and we can sort using table, but we have no idea what this company Verizon Federal Inc. got awarded for opportunities. So we have to take the unique entity ID and we will have to head to usaspending.gov as an example. We have to search, then we get Verizon Federal Inc. and we can see the contracts that it got awarded. So imagine that you have to do this for each and every company you are interested in. It is a lot of work. And then we have another directory for the Department of Transportation, and it is something quite similar. We have this vendor name, the address, NAICS code, and so on. So as you can see, it's not super intuitive to have an actionable plan based on this table. You have also Subnet. Subnet is actually better as you get links to the solicitations. So it is better than having those tables. But I can show you a much better way to find those opportunities, and that is using SamSearch. So using SamSearch, if we head to the search menu and then we click on subcontracting, this will allow us to search through thousands of subcontracting opportunities. You can choose to filter by close date, confidence, NAICS codes, or state. And you may wonder, what does confidence mean here? High is essentially the prime contractor actively seeking subcontractor. Medium is a prime that is not directly soliciting, but it is required by law to do it. And low is kind of the same thing, but with approaching deadlines or lower contract amounts. Let's say you want to have high confidence opportunities in the state of California. So we will get our results here. We have the title, an AI generated summary, and some useful tags. If we click on this opportunity, we can see more details, and we can also find similar opportunities. We have the contact information, which is great, and we can easily send them an email by clicking on email contact. This will open a template that is ready to send to the right email address. As simple as that. We can also copy the email address by clicking on the copy to clipboard button. What is very interesting here also is that we can click on view to find the original listing with the solicitation and all of the required details. In many cases, if the original listing does not exist and we click on view, we will be redirected to USA Spending, so we can see the awarded contract that this prime currently have. And this will give us an even better idea on whether we want to contact this prime or not. So by gathering everything in one place and having a vast database of subcontracting opportunities, by having all of their details, the company name, their website, their address, their contact information in one place, we cut down the time by 80%. So using SamSearch will save you a lot of time. If you are interested, head to samsearch.co and click on Start Now. You can also shoot us a message by clicking on the chat bubble icon here at the bottom corner. One final thing that I want to talk about is compliance and reporting. Make sure that you have read FAR 52-219-9. FAR 52-219-9 is a very good section that talks about subcontracting. You have to also consider the subcontracting limits and understand the percentage limitations on subcontracting work and ensure compliance with contract specific requirements. And the last one is an important one. You have to maintain thorough records of subcontract performance, deliverables, and compliance for reviews and future opportunities. This is extra important if you plan on being a prime in the future. So this is kind of you building your past performance record. I am Hammam and you've been watching GolfCon with Hammam. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Cheers.